Charlotte's ROVAL always delivers chaos, playoff heartbreak, last lap passes, and plenty of twists and turns. Today, we'll preview this weekend's race, tell you who to watch, and I'll show you why a cinnamon apple braided bread is the perfect metaphor for the ROVAL. Well, hi folks, welcome back to Racin-n-Braisin. I am CJ, a lifelong NASCAR fan and chef. On today's episode, we are going to cover everything you need to know about this weekend's action at the Charlotte ROVAL. We'll give you the weekend schedule, what to know, who to watch, the news of the week, and of course, what to eat. We're going to be playing with apples again because yes, it's fall, and because we've got some twists and turns on the track at Charlotte, we're going to do some braided bread. So be sure to stay tuned to the end. I'll share the recipe with you guys at the end here for you. So let's dig right on in with the weekend schedule. All three series are going to be in action this weekend at the ROVAL. The trucks take the track on Friday, Xfinity on Saturday, and of course the big show on Sunday. Cup practice is going to be Saturday afternoon, followed by qualifying 2 o'clock on True TV. The big race will of course be Sunday afternoon, 3 o'clock on USA. The stages, 25 laps, and a final run of 59 laps for a total of 109 on the day. This is the 8th time the Cup Series has hit the ROVAL, and it's always been a playoff cutoff race. Twice the winner here went on to take the championship, Elliott in 20 and Larson in 21. 4 of the 7 races have been decided in the final 8 laps, including a last lap pass in 2018. And here's a stat for you. 6 of 7 winners didn't lead stage 1. The first stage has gone caution-free in the last 3 races. So this race, don't blink, it usually flips in stage 3. Now, of course, playoff drama is at center stage this weekend. Only twice has the round of 12 finale gone to a must-win driver. Brad Keselowski was able to do it in 2014, and Christopher Bell was able to do it right here at the ROVAL back in 2022. The Vegas favorites, obviously, SVG is at the top of the list with a plus 150 and just dominating that board. Larson and Bell are there at the top of the list. But I am saying this week, do not sleep on Tyler Reddick, Chase Elliott, or AJ Allmendinger. Allmendinger has great stats at this track, including a Cup Series win. My dark horses this weekend would absolutely be Ross Chastain or Austin Cindric. Anybody in the bottom 4 of the playoff cutoff would absolutely be a dark horse this weekend. Possible for them to win their way in, not entirely likely with SVG in the field, that's for sure. SVG has been absolutely dominant on road courses this year. We know that. I discovered a couple of stats that are fascinating. He has led 52% of the laps on road courses this year, and he's been in the top 10 for 95% of the time during the road course races this season. He is going for 5 straight road course wins. That would tie a record set by Jeff Gordon. And he is also trying to set the record to be the first Cup driver to get his first 6 wins on a road course. A couple other things to note as we go into the weekend. C. Bell has had top 5s in 5 of the last 6 road course races. And Chase Elliott, usually a road course master, but he is winless in the next-gen era. And this season, Kyle Larson's average finish at road courses is at 31.0. So he has been having an abysmal year despite being last year's ROVAL winner. Let's dive into the news of the week. The first headline I want to highlight this week involves RCR. As we know, last week it was announced that Randall Burnett was going to be heading over the Trackhouse next season to crew chief for Connor Zillage in the Cup program there. Well, RCR decided to go ahead and make a change on the 8 car at the crew chief position, and they are going to put Andy Street in, effective immediately. Burnett has not lost his job at RCR, as one might have suspected with this announcement. He will remain on as a competitive advisor for the team through the remainder of the season before moving over to the track house. The penalty report from Kansas this week let us know that Carson Hocevar will be fined $50,000 for a safety violation on track at Kansas. If you remember, he cut some tires and was beached in turn 3. And as the safety workers approached, apparently he revved his engine and spun his tires. And that is a no-no in the rule book. So another 50 grand out of Hocevar's pocket. I think his fines this season have been over 150,000 already this year. So a pretty expensive rookie season for Hocevar. And finally, an update from NASCAR this week. The teams have asked the court to make a ruling on the definition of market for the Cup Series. Basically what that's doing is kind of setting things up for the case in December. What they're trying to show is that NASCAR is not, the Cup Series in particular, is not part of a broader racing market. It's more specified than that. So that's basically what this week's NASCAR was all about. Really just setting us up for December 1st. That's going to be interesting. I did watch the Happy Hour podcast this week with Kevin Harvick. He had Bob Pockrass on, and they talked about the whole NASCAR lawsuit situation. And Bob Pockrass believes even with a ruling that would come down as quickly as December 5th or 6th time frame, we could see several rounds of appeals and possibly see this drag out for another 6 months to a year, according to what Pockrass was surmising. All right, let's talk food. For Charlotte, we're going with an apple cinnamon braided bread. Why? Well, just like the ROVAL, it's an oval on the outside, but with all the twists and turns happening on the inside. Now, braided breads are rooted in European tradition, symbolizing weaving and unity. A perfect metaphor for the cars weaving through the ROVAL's 2 chicanes. Apples tie it right back to North Carolina's Blue Ridge Orchards, one of the country's apple capitals and my current home. Now, a couple of notes before you join me in the kitchen after the race. This is a yeast bread, so we'll need some patience, but that second rise is going to make all the difference. And for the apples, make sure you give them a small dice. We want them to cook evenly for the filling. All right, well, there is the ROVAL for you. Twists, turns, playoff drama, and an apple cinnamon braid to go along with it. I'll be back after the checkered flag where we'll recap the race and we'll cook that wonderful braided bread. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes where I tie racing and food together. Until then, guys, enjoy the race weekend and stay happy.